Right, morning guys, and happy Wednesday. Good to have you with me here. We're welcoming many of you back to the gym today, as I'm sure you know. Great to be open again and have you all streaming back in, ready to go. Couple of things to think about and to remember your first session back to the gym. Number one, take it steady, okay? I know you've been busting a gut to get back here, and it's great to be back and it's easy to get overexcited. Just take things steady. It's a new programme, so that works quite well in that respect. It's teaching week anyway, so we'll take things steady while we learn the new movements. The second one, why not try setting a short-term goal for yourself? Giving yourself something to aim for is really positive and it will help you stay accountable throughout this month of December. So it could be something as simple as losing a few pounds by Christmas, or maybe even just setting a certain number of workouts and see if you can hit that number by the end of the month. Think creatively, let the coaches know if we can help. And then lastly, work out a routine. Have a look at what your commitments are looking like this month. Maybe not as many social engagements as you would usually have in December for obvious reasons, but take that as a positive and see if you can set yourself a little routine that you can get into and stay accountable that way. Oh, and lastly, of course, not to forget, enjoy it. It's good to have you back. We can't wait to see you all. So yeah, let's make the most of the time we have. So before we go on, I'm going to give you a little bit of thoracic movement. Now, the upper back is one that takes its toll and tends to lose a lot of posture when we've been working a lot, sat down a lot at home or at work. So a couple of exercises to help with that. I'm going to get stuck into these today. I'm going to use a few bits of equipment. If you don't have these, don't worry. You can always try and jerry-rig something at home or just go without them. But the first one's a lying thoracic rotation. Okay, so I'm going to put my top knee into this position, so 90 degrees and with something raising it up off the floor. In this case I've got a foam roller, but it can be anything really. I'm also going to support the top of my side of my head slightly, so my neck is kept in a nice neutral position. From this position, the hands together to start with, we're going to open up the body by opening up the arms like so. Okay, like you're opening the leaves of a book. Okay, all the way around and back. Get a nice stretch through that upper back and then drive yourself back to the starting position. Okay, slow and steady is the way to do this. What we're going to do is, imagine you're pushing down with that hand on the floor, pushing down with this knee. That's going to keep the hip in position, and then breathe in, nice steady breath. And then breathe out again as you come back to your starting position. Okay. So what I find helpful is if you imagine you're pulling the shoulder blade back, so trying to retract the shoulder blade as you open the book. So take your time with this, we're going to do another 4 of these. So don't worry about how far back you get in the arm. That will improve over time. We're just trying to make sure we isolate the hips and the lower back, and we just do the movement with the upper back. Okay, one more. So in doing this slightly stricter version of this exercise, you should feel it a great deal. I'm going to swap sides. I'm not going to turn my back on you. I'm going to move my equipment. We'll do another 5 this time on the opposite side. Okay, so remember, push that knee down into the floor. Push this, my right hand in this case, onto the floor as well. Big deep breath, and back round again. Okay, so try and imagine your chest opening up and then closing again as you come forward. One more. Okay, great stuff. So that's our first exercise. Our second, I'm just going to show you as a demonstration for this one, because I think you're probably all familiar with a cat-cow anyway, but we're just going to focus on really good form, okay, just to give you an idea of what to aim for. So we start in this box position, okay? Nice neutral spine, so the head's not up or down just yet. We're going to face directly down to the floor. And then what we're going to do here is focus on allowing the chest and the stomach to go down to the floor.
So you're imagining this is all collapsing down to the floor, and at the same time we're just going to extend the neck and look upwards. Now in doing that, I want you to breathe in. Okay. And then the big breath out is when you bring the middle of the back up as high as you can to the ceiling. Okay. So you imagine that someone's got a rope around your waist and they're pulling your midriff, if you like, up towards the ceiling. And that's the breath out. Okay, so let the chin tuck in. And everything else goes up to the ceiling. Okay? Okay, back to neutral. Big breath in. Look up. Down again. Big breath out. Okay. Let's go for that 3 more times. Awesome. Okay, brilliant stuff. So I don't want to see anybody rattling through that one in the gym anymore. I don't want to see all this movement. I want to see things steady, slow and controlled. The last one today is a thoracic extension. So we're going to get back onto our foam roller. If you don't have a foam roller, maybe you've got a couple of tennis balls and some gaffer tape. You can tape them together side by side, turn it into what's known as a peanut, and you can use that in place of this. It's actually really good because it leaves a little gap where your spine can go. So if you've got that or you've got one of these, what we're going to do now is get our feet flat on the floor. Okay, we've got mid-back, so just below the shoulder blades, maybe a little bit lower than that, and give yourself a big bear hug. Okay, so grab yourself around the torso, and then here what we're going to do is we're just going to let the back roll over the back of the roller. Now you notice there I didn't move up and down it. I'm not going for myofascial release. It's not supposed to be hitting the muscle fibres. We're just allowing that point of pivot and for the body just to roll back over it. Okay, so everything else stays neutral. The lower back, the spine and the lumbar region, the hips stay the same as they were. Big breathe in. And then breathe out as you come back to a neutral spine again. Okay, so big breath in. And then a big breath out again. Okay, we'll go for 3 more of these. So I know this is one of the ones that I find pretty tough, so I'm focused as much on just trying to get the movement right without allowing my back to overextend. I don't want to get all the way back here where I know the movement's coming from the lumbar spine, not from the thoracic spine, that mid to upper spine. Awesome stuff. Right, so the last 2 exercises, they were just more of a demonstration. I expect you to be doing round about 10 reps of each of those as a set. If you can get through 2 sets or even 3 sets of these 3 exercises, your upper back will really thank you for it. Your posture is almost immediately going to be improved. Okay, have a great day guys. Stay safe at the gym. We will see you soon. All the best.